Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. Another recording session. This game is so broken. Totally broken. When I came into this game the first time, it didn't even show me all 3 quests. It said I only had 2. It's ridiculous. Anyways, our quests are win 5 games of Paladin and Priest, win 3 games of Warrior, play 30 minions that cost 2 or less. We have a new tavern brawl to do, and then we've got to start thinking about what we're going to do as far as our goal. Start with the tavern brawl. Alright, what's the rules before I make a deck? Blingatron is ready to rumble. He gives you a hero power to get a random weapon, and he gives you random weapons. Alright. So, which of my characters could I play that would be useful on? Let's just try Warrior. Great deck. Warrior. Choose. And let's see. We can start with this. I only have one of these. And then actually, let's come over to my Hearthstone deck tracker app, select Warrior, and oh, I've gotta activate that. I need to archive my arena runs, oddly enough. So instead of sitting here and trying to do something different, let's save ourselves some time and just take the decks that we have. Let's look here and see if I have any of the League of Explorers characters in here. Not any that I really seem to need to take out. Let's see. Cruel Taskmaster, Explosive Sheep, Mather Bomber, Sparring Partner, Fierce Monkey, here, Frothing Berserker. I only have one of a lot of these cards. So a lot of craziness has been announced as far as what they're planning on doing. The game, well, how do we put this? They've decided to split all of Hearthstone into 2 things. There's now going to be, when spring comes about, which isn't very far away, there's going to be a, let's see, X Flinger, Arcane Reaper, Arcanite Reaper. So there's going to be Standard, which is going to drop Goblins vs. Gnomes and Nyxramis, and then on a rolling scale start banning certain expansions too. So in theory, for the 50 packs I should open, it should just be Classic, because Classic will always be included. At least that's what they're saying now. All things are potential to change in the future, as is always true. So what I have to decide is when the new expansion gets announced in spring, which I'm not sure what that is going to be. I have to decide, do I want to open 50 packs of the new expansion, or do I want to open 50 packs of Goblins vs. Gnomes. Now, as far as Nixramus goes, I don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Because there's simply, I've already purchased it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Man, it's hard to build a deck. I'm not awake enough yet, obviously. Let's see. Sparring partner. If I can spell even the beginning of the word right. Yeah, I already have that. So sparring partner, partner, monkey. M-O-N-K-Y. Let's see, fierce monkeys, one goes in there. Fighting berserker. Let's see. Orangutan, aspirant. That one goes in there. Actually, I only had one of those. And I guess for myself, the right solution for me is different than for most players. For most people's who are, well, I didn't even explain it. The standard is banning things. There's going to be a new section of everything called wild. That means there will be 2 casual groups now and 2 ranked groups. So effectively they've split the number of potential people you could play with in half. It seems a little strange that you would do that, because we still have some issues there with things just not working, not finding any matchmakers. I have 2 of something here that I'm not supposed to have 2 of. It's not even really like the deck I'm trying to pick here is the perfect deck. Execute, upgrade, fireworks, cleave, rampage, quill taskmaster, explosive sheep, mad bomber, this one, fierce monkey, take that out, that in. Everything else is good. There we go. So that was 8 minutes just to get there, and I still haven't really explained it. So I would assume most older players should play in Wild. Anybody who has enjoyed some of the Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion, like just recently, my Warlock mech deck, I realized how much I enjoyed playing that. Well, almost all those mech cards are Gnomes versus Goblins. In fact, by banning those cards, it goes right back to a situation where there aren't actually even enough mech cards to make a good mech deck at all. So unless the newest expansion replaces all the necessary cards, foam sword, interesting. Do I want to take 2-2 with the foam sword, or do I want to just upgrade? Let's just upgrade now. There goes, there's a 1-5. I should have attacked, but whatever. This will be interesting. This is an interesting tavern brawl just to teach you how to better use your weapons. Should I choose again? No, I'm just gonna end my turn. Well, this is useless as a card. Inspire, give your weapon +1 damage. So yeah, most players should, in theory, go about and play in wild, which means I should spend the 5,000 gold I have to much easier try and get dust and new cards than trying to use arcane dust to create the goblins versus gnomes cards, because they're taking it off the store. After a point, you won't be able to buy those packs. So instead of spending 100 gold to get a pack of 5 cards with any which of them might have, they have a small chance of being a legendary, you're going to be left with all these legendary cards that you can't get. As far as Nyxramus, all the Nyxramus cards are
made to fit,
available, but you can't like purchase it. So at the very least, you need to purchase the first wing with gold, which is different than just buying the whole thing. And what's weird about that is that that means those cards are just going to get rarer and rarer and rarer. Because unless they introduce a way where you can craft certain cards, which I don't think you can. I guess at a certain point they may have to do that. Here we go. I don't think I'm really winning here. I'm kinda not. I'm kinda not paying attention.
For the war chief!
This is interesting.
What now?
Another one of these?
ready to flee.
Interesting, I've lost. Let's just go ahead and end the turn. Did not play well here at all. This deck is not really worth. It's not the right thing to be playing. So, anywho, besides those two things getting banned, besides the fact that now there will be 2 casual plays, there will be 2 ranked plays, that means 2 legendaries. Let's try this again and really focus and pay attention a little bit better. Yeah, pretty soon here, I guess, as soon as the new cards are announced, I'm gonna open 50 packs of this. So I I hope they don't
versus
just take Goblins vs.
So
Gnomes
shall be
away
mine.
without any
Victory
announcement
or
whatsoever.
death.
When that happens, I can open 10 more packs, make a separate video for it. Whenever I do an announcement video, it gets at least 50 views if I get it out real fast, which is rather nice for me. It's a lot more than the vast majority of my videos get. Alright. So I want to see if I can get a slightly better weapon next turn before I play the upgrade. So do 2 attacks, then
Or selling.
I wonder. I doubt it will be a Valentine's theme expansion, but I've heard no talk of the expansion. A lot of people are somewhat understandably upset about this thought. It's not something I expected to happen. So should I upgrade this? Do 8 and then lower the attack? Let's see, give your weapon +1 attack. It's never gonna help.
Ready your lance, Kerr.
Yeah, I don't know what to do there. Let's play this.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes. Attack. Might as well. Let's just keep rolling the dice, I suppose. Oh, if you play Poison Blade, in theory, that would have worked, but it doesn't. Interesting. That's rather interesting.
What we do.
Change of things. Exactly what I wanted right there. Let's see. Hit that one in the face. And then bring this guy out. Oh, when you lose one too, it goes away. Just upgrade that right there, I guess. So yeah, it definitely puts a big old hitch on where you should spend your gold, how to do it. Let's see.
Back to work.
and end a turn right where I'm standing.
Well played.
I'll be happy to be done with this tavern battle. It kind of makes sense, this one, to teach things, but I kind of wish there was different things. Here, let's see if this works. I can't play these both, unfortunately, so...
Did someone say Bob?
I want to hit this guy in the face a few times. At the end of your start, at the end of your turn. At the start of your turn, destroy all minions. That's about the worst way for that guy to show up.
Let the pain speak to me.
But yeah, he's a cool card, and he might be one of the cards that's getting banned. Let's see. Well, what do we want to do here? So you have a poison blade. Play this. Doesn't activate that. Then we have assassin's blade. So you just always have weapons here. Interesting. And it doesn't seem like you get the foam swords weapon ever again. Well, the odds of getting it seem to be so very low. Let's see. 2 taunt things. 1 character dies. A 3/4 here. Should I roll the dice and do something different? Let's do it anyways.
Job done.
In the turn. Of course, all he has to do is 4 damage to my face. Wow, he took me out. That's surprising. If I hadn't... I suppose if I hadn't taken the damage there... Let's try this again. So, let's talk about the witness. I spent probably an extra 3 days that almost certainly should have been spent doing something else. I should be doing You Don't Know Jack.
I will fight
I'm releasing the witness early, so I didn't reschedule You Don't Know Jack. So that's now becoming this incoming nightmare that I haven't even fully done anything with. I'm still very much uncertain about the dialysis stuff and if I'm gonna end up getting stuck there. What's going on now is that there's a medical problem where the dialysis is taking way longer, so it has started, but I don't know how long it's gonna be. If it is always gonna be super long, way longer than any other patient, it seems like, on dialysis, that's kind of fine because then they'll know. But if in their attempts to fix the problem, it then lowers down to like 3 hours. It's not really realistic to, particularly if it's very consistently 3 hours. It's not really realistic at that point for me to be leaving the patient. I keep calling them the patient just to provide them some level of anonymity. I haven't particularly discussed the fact that I am discussing the situation at all online. Not that I feel I need to, but I feel it's only kind to in situations like this preserve other people's anonymity as best as you can. Let's see. If I could play this and this, that's 15 right there. Right now though, yeah, that didn't help any. It's in the turn.
Well met.
Your hero power becomes deal 2 damage. Interesting. Will that really change when this one gets used up? That's an interesting thought. I doubt it will. I think this is gonna trump everything.
Ready to flee!
So yeah, I still need to do You Don't Know Jack, but I was gonna talk about the Witness. The Witness! From a few perspectives,
Reporting for duty.
interesting. So he just lost that ability. From a few very legitimate perspectives, the Witness is not a good game. Oddly enough. It's
A fight! Count me in!
it's a strange thing to have to say after all this hype on it, after everything else. It's a strange thing to say. In a lot of ways, it's not a good game. I've seen almost everything. I've now gotten the numbers of the number of collectibles. It's somewhere around 523 regular puzzles, and then another 100 or so secret puzzles, which I haven't gotten those all. I've gotten a good point percentage of them, but let's see. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. I don't think I am gonna fix this. I've gamed over again. Oh, I didn't realize that was deal 2 damage to anybody. Interesting.
Everyone, get in here!
He somehow walked right into a Murloc deck. Interesting. I kinda like the puzzles in The Witness. I feel like the secret puzzles are revealed way too late in the game. I guess what you could have done, and in a lot of ways, I suppose, if you just did do this, you would have an incredibly different experience. So, my spoiler-free suggestion for playing The Witness is, first of all, don't get any spoilers, because getting any spoilers, the spoilers I had seen really were probably somewhere around 20 to 30% of the game I had already seen before I even started playing it. So don't get any spoilers. And then second one, I would say walk to the top of the mountain as fast as possible. It really doesn't stop you from doing that. There are no gates or there are no doorways that stop you from getting to the mountain. And the lasers point to the mountain, so in a lot of ways, I guess you could work from that mentality that if somebody was to just go see what are these laser beams pointing to, then yes, you could be directed that way. Unfortunately, for me, for almost everybody that I had seen play the game on Twitch, those people just did not do that. We follow the path. The island is very compact, a lot more compact than you would realize. And we follow the path on the left side, which is standard video game training, to always go left, right, or side quests.
What now?
So, whenever a minion takes damage, this gains +1 attack. So most people went left, which takes you to like 3 puzzle areas first, and then as you work your way around the third puzzle area, you're given a boat, which then distracts you enough to potentially get you all over the island. So I did not go to the mountain at all until way later than I probably should have. And so, once you get to the top of the mountain, you're going to see something that's going to reveal all the secret things, almost certainly. If you just look around the top. And if you had done that, I imagine you would have had a considerable more efficient journey through the Witness, but when you really talk about that, for me, because I really didn't get stuck on any of the puzzles except for the secret achievement puzzle that is ridiculously hard and really like only 1%. 1 or 2% of people are gonna get it done because it's just on a timer and it's the only point in the game where you're required to do anything in a certain amount of time. So yeah, for that reason, I would say, I hope he attacks my guy with his face. I think that would be nice, but that's unlikely. Well, either way, he did. He changed the attack, but he changed the attack first, but that's fine. But yeah, talking about hours on the Witness, it hasn't been incredibly long. It's probably been, I don't know what episode I'm up to. 13, 14 hours, maybe 20 hours. Might be a bit more accurate. But it's hardly a 40 to 200 hour experience. Maybe that's because I got spoiled on things, almost certainly, but if you're gonna get 180 extra hours because you're stuck in a place and you can't solve the puzzles and you have to, and there's no walkthroughs, which I eventually started just going to walkthroughs too. Darn it. That's no good.
Back to work. Job done.
So like I'm now at the point where I'm gonna just look up the solutions for the last few secret things. I know that it seems like there's 20 standard puzzles that I didn't solve. I don't know where those are. No clue. 11 of them might be in the secret achievement. Right there. That might be some of the puzzles that count. One of the puzzles that counts is the very final thing to the ending of the game, which is in itself its own little weird thing. Let's see if we can
something up.
do something like that.
I must choose.
Do this. Attack here.
Job done.
In the turn. So he has 13 damage plus another there is 17, but he could attack the wrong enemy, which would be nice. So if he tries to attack, it would be great if he did. Alright.
X marks the spot.
I must move quickly.
Here's the risk, I guess.
Someone say bye.
Hit this guy in the face several times. I need it to be more times than that. Double the
I am
damage.
sorry.
Let's see.
Back to work.
Job done. Not getting very far here.
Choose.
Not making a lot of progress. So I don't even know if I'm gonna get all the secret puzzles. Several of the secret puzzles. Just again, going a little spoiler free here, because I really haven't talked too much, I think, about this on this. Although the series itself is nothing but spoilers. If you're gonna watch my series, you're totally gonna mess up yourself for ever playing this game. And I don't think it has any way of the replayability of Myst 1. Or why am I saying Myst 1? Like Myst. Myst, after a couple of years, is replayable because you want to see the story, you want to do the puzzles again. After a couple of years of playing the, after playing The Witness, I couldn't see anybody wanting to go back and do the line puzzles a second time. Except for like people that want to speedrun it. That's the only people I could think of would want to do it. Because everything is either going to be spoiled or everything's going to be forgotten. And either way, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be frustrated if you tried to play the game a second time and everything was spoiled and you knew the answers, and you're going to be super frustrated if you had forgotten all the solutions and you have to start over from the beginning. And I don't think after even like 10 years or 20 years playing The Witness, you'd be able to, most people would be able to not remember that. I think it would all come flooding back. So it's like a one-time game that's really only about 20 hours with a very high level of people who are going to rage quit. This would be a high game as far as just refunds are concerned. I bet we'll see a lot of refunds, even though at charging $40, which is really high, it should have been a $20 game. He figured out a good system here to double his money, because if you wait till this thing goes on half off sale, which is probably gonna be at earliest the summer, there's gonna be so many spoiler things that it's gonna just be a huge annoyance. Now, I suppose if you had never heard of The Witness, if in summer somebody runs across it, they've not heard it, that would probably be a great example for them to play. Play it then, because you would have all the answers, all the walkthroughs, all the solutions available on the internet, but you wouldn't have seen any of them then. Right now, as I'm playing it, I keep running into the same website that says, oh, we have all the solutions, and then at the bottom it just says more to come, because they don't have all the solutions, and nobody has all the solutions really. We're not certain of what the maximum number is, we're not certain of much of anything.
Job done.
So I wanted to attack him. I don't know if this was the right idea to get rid of his divine shield. So now if he instead attacked this one, it would kill that one.
Pay attention, class.
Let's see, how do we want to do this? There we go. And again, like I said, because there's no story, there is no story in The Witness. There's very little dialogue. There's no characterization, really. There was something at the very end when you entered the challenge area. At that point, a couple of sentences are thrown to you as just there's some like story going on here, but that is the only point, and it's so little and so late. It's not even worth mentioning. So because of all of those things, there's like no reason to have a deck, this deck I'm playing. There's no reason whatsoever to be playing that one in particular. So yeah, it's a very incomplete game. It really is. And the cell phone version, I think, in a lot of ways, might be the better version. I could see this game starting off as a concept for just a cell phone game.
What we do.
You wanna blow something up?
Darn it. Yeah, I don't... This was definitely the danger. It was definitely the danger. It was definitely something that could have happened, and it seems like it did happen. Just that I was going to run into something. Let's see. This one does 4, so I guess we have to hope this didn't do enough damage. And hope this. Well, I guess I could do that. But again, I've lost. Man.
Well played.
I think what I'm gonna do here is let's twist this deck around while I'm off screen. And in the next recording, we'll try it again. Because there's definitely some things here that we just don't need. Like, we don't need any weapons. And so when we don't have any weapons, we can throw in things like that and do that. So yes, again, I just kind of want to, I already showed it off, but like when we go into crafting mode here and then you include the uncraftable cards, these from Nexramas, unless they become craftable, are going to be impossible to get. On top of which they're going to be banned. So bye bye Zombie Chow, bye bye Echoing Ooze. Unless they get replaced, bye bye Lithobe, Kel'Thuzul, and Maexna. I guess maybe we could see why. I didn't even like Nexramas, and I think a lot of these cards are bad, but some of these get used. Avenge is going away, so there goes your Secret Paladin. Poison Seeds is going away, that really shouldn't go away. And then you have like Goblins versus Gnomes, and then you're talking almost all the mech cards are going away. Muster for Battle is going away. Shielded Minibot. I can see why some of these are getting banned. I think what this is really going to come about and do and say is that they've just realized that they've made some major mistakes, and they're gonna try and fix that in the next release. I would hope. I hope that's what this is. Why they're going to the standard wild thing. they want to obviously keep the game not crazy. They don't want it to turn into a Yu-Gi-Oh type card game where you can just play 5 card combinations and win the game immediately. And I guess they're going to allow for things like that in the wild, which is, I guess, technically better than what Magic the Gathering does, because Magic the Gathering, in the official tournament, specifically bans cards. They have a financial interest in that. But Hearthstone has now introduced a financial interest in this too. Because anything you got from Goblins vs. Gnomes, if you bought this, if you spent $60 here and got 60 packs. I mean, if you spent $70 and got 60 packs. And then in standard play, those are banned. Are they not effectively forcing you to buy the new things? Don't you then have to buy at least 60 packs to replace the 60 packs of Goblins vs. Gnomes? And when this grand tournament gets banned next year, aren't you going to have to buy 60 more packs of the new expansion? Yeah, you are. So they've introduced a financial thing to really, it's kind of a ripoff. It was already a huge ripoff to buy cards with actual money, but now it's a bigger ripoff to even buy it with gold. You want to just keep your standard deck like full, I suppose. Let's see, if we go here in the crafting, and then you have classic cards here. Are there really that many classic cards I don't have? Yeah, I suppose there are. There's still some legendaries I don't have that I could buy packs of that if I wanted to. Are we gonna get random card packs for the Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion from Arena or Tavern Brawl? No. They have done a full 180 on that. But remember, we were getting that in Tavern Brawls and Arenas. Sometimes we would get packs that weren't classic packs. Now they're all going to be either the new packs or classic. And it seems like classic is the only thing you can stand on for standard, which I don't think very many people are going to end up playing in standard. Personally, I think I'm going to end up staying just in wild, but maybe then that will turn around and give us an opportunity, if we play in standard, to beat higher ranks. That might be an issue. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.